So I'm just going to do part two of this paper. I'll just take you back up to the page so I see where you are. English Language B, paper one, June 2018 morning. So this is the paper about adventure activities by Victoria Philpott. Adventure activities that these girls had taken part in. This one was really exhilarating and enthusiastic and fun, and the other one was terrifying and dangerous. Yeah. So you had those two different. One was creative, one was sort of like informational. Um, Both a set of girls wanting an adventure. So in the last video, I talked through exactly how you should answer the long questions that asks how the writer uh, presents their ideas about their adventure activities and compares the two. Okay. In this one, I'm just going to look at section B and section C. Okay. So if we just look at section B, use ideas from text 1 and text 2 in the extract booklet to answer this question. You have been asked to give a talk to your peers about taking part in adventure activities. Write the text of your talk. You should include what different types of adventure activities there are, the positive experience, the unpleasant experiences. Think carefully about the purpose of your talk and the audience for whom it is intended. So it's worth 30 marks. You've got 10 marks for remembering to do the bullet points, what different types of adventure activities there are, the positive experience, the unpleasant experiences. So you just steal from there. So the good activities were things like zip, different types of adventure activities. There are whitewater rafting, zip riding. What else? Let's just go and have a look at the top. Go to the top of the page. I'm sure there's a quicker way of doing this. And then what do they do? Oh, they abseiling. Zip lining, leaping, underwater caving, diving down slides. Oh yeah, and yeah, head torches where you do underwater cave exploring. Um, oh, climbed waterfall climbing. So adventurous activities, and this one is obviously it's whitewater rafting or whirlpool rapid rafting. I think you can see the picture there. I think maybe theirs was bigger than that. I don't know. Anyway, this enormous black raft that they go on. It's a rubber raft, so it's water rafting. Okay, so that's the first thing. If I keep that one open, I can just keep clicking back, can't I? Which would save me flicking through the page if I can remember. That's what I'm doing. So we're B. Let's have a look at B. Sorry. Answer one question from this section. No, that's the wrong section. B. So you should spend 1 hour on this section. So we've talked to different types of adventure activities there are. You could add a few of your own if you want, basically, like horse riding, parachuting, paragliding. Anyway, yeah, but definitely include the ones in the text. So they talk about the positive experiences. So you might want to talk about within that text. I'll just click on here. You get to practice something extreme that you never get the chance. It's in safety. You get to push yourselves to the edge of your abilities. Um, get to see things you've never seen, go places you've never gone. You can find your own actually, but this is just where I'm starting out. Yeah, you get to explore underground, which you've never been to. We don't live underground, do we? I imagine you probably get to have fun with those people who they're doing it with. So that's the positives, isn't it? You get to know yourself, I suppose. You get to know how to manage trauma. You compare yourself to other people. That one of the girls in my group, I didn't really want to do it. I toughened up, yeah. So you realise you might be a bit braver than others, or more stupid, who knows. Um, anyway, so that's that. And then the next one is the unpleasant experience. So the unpleasant experience is, getting very tired, getting very cold, um, getting very scared, being in danger, especially this one, being in danger, being vulnerable, being led by idiots who don't really know what they're doing. It's obviously too big, wasn't it? That raft. Um, Dying. So any unpleasant experiences, basically. Yeah, well, almost drowning this one, being flown in, and and then getting injured as well. Talk about that as well. So there's lots of things you can actually say, isn't there? So you're giving a talk to your peers about taking part in adventure activities. So you start off, you try and use the foresty. So you could say we spend 90% of our lives, working for a living. So if we can go get involved in adventure activities, that would be a great idea while we're still young, fit and healthy. Young, fit and healthy. Use rule of three. So plan it, okay? Use the forestry direct address. Try and put some humour in there as well. You don't want to die though, do you? So choose a brilliant referenced and reputable quality agency if you're going to do these extreme sports. Yeah, so use rule of three. Use if you can use imagery. Um, yeah, you could even steal some of the images after you've managed to do these extreme activities successfully. You may well feel like there's a mist shimmering around you of power and courage. So you could steal some of those, but rewrite them. Um, yeah, so and put some facts in, and and ideas and statistics if you can. Um, Maybe about just reasonable statistics you can make up, basically. But certainly try and put some emotive language in there. 8 types of sentence structure, of course. Always put the semicolon in the first paragraph. Put some dashes in there. If you don't know how to use dashes, go and look it up again. Um, yeah, and try and write about 400 words. All right, and make sure you do 5 paragraphs at least. Okay, you've got 3 paragraphs for those bullet points plus another two. The purpose of your talk is to have a bit of fun, to entertain, and basically to educate and inform people. So you can steal as much as you like as well. So you can say that you can refer to Blackwater rafting and whirlpool rapid rafting, and paragliding and flying and things like that. You can actually refer to those, can't you? Okay. And if you put some anecdotal evidence in there, if you've actually ever done any, you could drop that in as well. But make sure you do all those bullet points first. But I once went to blah blah. It was absolutely terrifying. Or you could say humour. The most extreme sport I've ever been is on the ghost train in Blackpool. The most extreme sport I've ever done is camel riding in a desert. I haven't actually done any other extreme sports, I don't think, except horse riding. Actually, I horse ride That's extreme sport, actually, because the horses are mad and throw you off, although I adore them. So, yeah, so you might want to talk about adventure activities. Oh, yeah, and there's jumping out of aeroplanes, isn't it? Parachuting. So, yeah, basically think carefully about the person you'll talk and get a bit excited about it and plan it for at least 5 minutes so that, the person who's reading it, who's examining, is not going to be bored out of their head. Try and entertain them. Try and put some anecdotes in them. Try and put some alliteration. Try and put some imagery. Try and steal the best bits out of these well-written ones, but twist it slightly. Okay, and you've got 30 marks. You've got 20 marks for actually crafting it beautifully. 5 marks for spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Actually, yeah, I think it's 5 marks. So yeah, it might actually be 10 marks. But anyway, I can't precisely remember which way around it is, but you do need to put semicolons in because the spelling, punctuation, and grammar links in with how well it's written, how well it's expressed. So it's not just for spelling, punctuation, and grammar, actually for the whole writing of it, which fits in with the 20-mark bit anyway. Okay, so semicolon. It specifically talks about semicolons and dashes and bracketed commas. So can you make sure you put those in? And that's it, really. Make sure you give us a talk to your peers about taking part in adventure activities, and give lots and lots of detail about it, and have a bit of a laugh, really. And so far, you've written me some really lovely pieces, all of you. So yeah, try and do me a really, really good piece. Um, from your own viewpoint, because I know that all of you have got different ways of looking at the world. And if you never dream of taking part in adventure activities, uh, make sure you do all the bullet points though, 100%, and cover it all. But then maybe do your own anecdotal version that these are available. I'm not interested at all, or something. Okay. So yeah, make sure that you own it. It's yours, basically. What do you think of taking part in adventure activities? But basically, make sure you use both text one and text two as much as you can. It's there to help you. I'm going to quickly go on to section C, and then I'm going to sign off. So section C is better to be safe than sorry. Discuss. So you can use those two ideas there, but you're not allowed to use text one or text two, retell the events, but you can use it as a spring point if you're out of ideas. Write a story to imagine entitled The Accident. And I think we've actually done that, the accident. So it can be any accident, actually. It can be like you forgot your key, or you left the guinea pig cage open, or whatever. It doesn't have to be linked with that first set of text. Describe the most exciting time in your life, and again, it doesn't have to be the most exciting time, like adventure, extremeness. The most exciting time in my life was, wow, just think about what the most exciting time in your life was. Yeah, and that can be, anyway, what you want to say, don't you? Yeah, so it allows you to talk about yourself there, but you have to use the recipe basically. And when you're doing that, just try and describe who you are as well, so that we have an idea of who we're looking at. And make sure you do sense description and a bit of setting, just so that we've got some feel for what's happening. And again, use my recipe, which is the 17 points, including emotive language, dialogue, sense description, rule of three, list of interesting adjectives, and use adverbs. And make sure your sentence starters aren't totally boring. Go back to Mr. Biggin's video. There's 6 types of sentence starter. Try and use each of those as well. And I'm going to sign off now. I think that's enough, and I look forward to reading your work.